Welcome to Cardimancy Mesquite. This is Kitty Cat. He's been taking a nap, but he's going to move and he's not going to like it. You want to say hi to everybody? Huh? You going to say hi? Here, let's see if I can get you to. Here, come here. Come here, little man. Come on. Look. Come here. You got to get down so we can do a show. Silly boy. Can I get you in front of there's your nose. There you go. You said hi. He wasn't quite finished his nap, I don't think. Hi, Jane. Hi, Sherry. It's been a busy morning. Yes, it has. Let me see if I can get some of this shadow out of there. There we go. Yeah, that didn't help either. Okay, I'll take this down. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. I'm glad you came. Anyway, we've got a party coming up next weekend on Friday at 8 o'clock. I need you to gather all your trinkets, all little symbols of things, like say you want somebody to win an election. You can take symbols off of money. Well, you can just, what you can do is just put a piece of currency up there, fold it to where your symbol shows, and put it on your knot magic. And I've got all kinds of things here. I've got a whole bag full. When you make your own jewelry, you tend to have little trinkets laying around a lot. But a perfect place to look is, you know, that old wad of business cards that you have? There's symbols there. On your stamps. I've even got in here, I've got my old voter registration card. And I've got a stamp off of my book of stamps with the American flag. You can use herbs like bay leaves and cloves. Here's one that I'm going to do an extra one for Colin Allred. And I got the cowboy hat there. I'm going to put it on a red background and write Allred on it. There is no end to where you can find little symbols and trinkets for anything you want to do when it comes to knot magic. And I'm kind of, knot magic is kind of a limiting name for it, because I always thought of it as like a vision board. Because what you're doing is putting up symbols of what you want. You know, what are you trying to draw to you with this magic, or this vision board? What are you trying to draw to you? It's just that one thing good about the knot magic thing is you put your intention into every knot, and you start with 7 to 9 knots, and then you can add more later. But you gather your symbols up and you put them on there to draw what you want to draw to you. And even if you don't have a symbol, you can draw one. As you can see, I'm not good at drawing. I needed a moon and a Star of David for one time, so I drew them. I'm not very good at drawing, not very illustrative, but there are things like this cross that won't stay on my necklace. That can stand for a whole lot of things, a lot of different things. Let me see if I can get some more shadow up here. But there's all kinds of things you can use. Just look everywhere. I was looking on the bag of baby wipes. Now, what would baby wipes have to do with any kind of magic you're doing, any kind of knot magic, something you want to draw to you? What would it have to do with it? There's a pot of honey on it, a little symbol of a pot of honey. There's Tigger on there. There's trees, all kinds of things. And that's what you can do. And I'm gonna do a little demonstration on Friday because I'm not very good at birthdays and parties, so I'm just gonna do it my way. Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna do the party part, but I thought I'd throw something else in there just so we can have some fun. And I'll be giving away 2 decks of cards and 2 half-hour readings. That's what I'll be doing then. Okay, and I got a really good question off of last week's show. Someone asked, "What do you mean, um, fair complected, dark complected?" Because when you're reading the cards, the way I read them, you can tell. Is it a blonde? Is it a brunette? Is it a redhead? You can kind of tell. But what if, say, your family is all dark complected? Like you have all Mexicans or all African American. How do you tell the difference? Well, that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to dig out all of the cards. There we go. All the people cards. See, that guy he's a heart. He's going to be fair to medium complected. So in your group or in your friends, family, whatever. Oh, hi, Fatima. I'm doing a discussion on the dark versus light complected. Now, this man could have brown hair and brown eyes and olive skin. This man's going to have black hair, brown eyes, and going to be dark complected for your specific circle of friends and family. It can change and it can vary, but you'll eventually, after you read them often enough, you'll be able to tell just by the cards around them, like what they're doing. Okay, is he having an affair? Oh, yeah, I know exactly who that is. That's how you narrow it down. But they're like the Jack of Diamonds. This is a good luck card, but it also could be a guy with blonde hair and blue eyes. And this is the divorced woman. Here's the married man. This man's going to be blonde or light brown, even. Maybe even a little more brown. It depends on the circle you surround yourself with. Like a friend of mine and my daughter's, she's Mexican and she has black hair, dark brown eyes, but she's just about as white as me, her skin. So I would consider her fair. In the cards, she would come up as a fair person. She would either be the Queen of Diamonds or the Queen of Hearts. I can't remember which one she boiled down to. But you just got to go based on your circle, the people around you. Okay, who do you consider a bit darker complected than the lightest complected person? Like me, when I walk outside, if the sun hits me, I nearly burst into flames. That's how light I am. I'm see-through. That's a lot of jokes come out of that, but you'll see, that's why I always come up as the Queen of Diamonds. Hi, Rossi. Good to see you. And each of these will tell you something about the person. This says a dark girl. That's going to be somebody that's, um, medium brown to black hair. And she's going to have probably green or lighter brown eyes, maybe dark, maybe, but not black looking brown eyes, the ones that are that dark. And she could be olive skinned or even a dark version of my skin. But it all depends on your circle of family and friends, and it's all the other color. all the other cards that come up around them that will tell you all about them, that help you decide. And the fair or the dark is just a rough guesstimate of what they look like. Hi, Ellen. Because you can get a relative with this dark married man. He's a relative. Which one of your family members is the older dark man? And that's how you go about it. Is it that older dark man with a lot of, who's a relative that has a lot of legal issues, law cards that come up around him? He always has an unpleasant surprise. And that's how you narrow down. You first start with, okay, is this guy blonde, brunette, redhead, black hair, even green and purple? It's just that how much, what is the depth of the color? You go from white to black and you look for the depth of color as compared to the color of the card. Diamonds, like diamonds often are redheads. They come up as redheads too, because they're generally very fair complected. But it all depends on the person, and it'll come to you. Somebody always asking you to sign papers for him. Boy, sounds like I've got the number on this guy. He's a relative. He has legal issues, an unpleasant surprise, and wants you to sign papers. So you know exactly who that person is. You start with the dark complected, but that's just a faint clue compared to the cards around him. And that's how you figure out who people are, and whether they're dark or fair complected is going to pan out. It's just a little reminder. It's to help you remember what or who this person is. And I can tell you just about every card, every one of the face cards, I can tell you who that person is in my family. And that's how you do it. Because just going by fair or dark complected doesn't quite get it. But it's a good place to start. It's a good foundation. Because you really can't tell. When you consider Delinda has black hair and brown eyes, and she's very fair complected, she comes up as a diamond. It can be that way. It's just, how that person presents to you. How do they feel to you? Does it feel like a blonde, a brunette, redhead, black hair? If I were doing, say, Nancy Jean with her purple hair, her complexion is kind of, medium. So with her, I would go probably with the Queen of Hearts for her. So, it does vary. It varies quite a bit. So that's why you have to use all the other cards like these to narrow it down. Hi, Carl. You're not going to stay? We need questions yet. Everybody, that's a good reminder. Thank you, Carl. Everybody put your questions in. And if you do it all caps, then I can read them a lot better. Yes, Jane, you're right. Let's catch that because I want to show that to everybody. I'm sure once you were doing a lot of family members that we can assign cards to, yeah, you can pretty much get to where you can assign cards to each person in your family. And then say, like, I had an identical twin sister. She's passed a long time ago. But when you have two identical twins, when the two of us came up in somebody's readings, we were the Queen of Diamonds and the Queen of Hearts. Hi, Pamela. Good to see you. Gotcha, Ellen. There we go. Gotcha, Jane. I'm going to get a sip of tea here. I've been doing a bit of running around the house lately. They're out there painting the house now. And after they're done doing the painting and the fixing up the porch, they're rebuilding my walk around porch. And then they have 3 doors to replace and 5 windows. After they get that done, they're going to do the roof. They're going to replace the roof from the studs up to the flight path at Dallas International Airport that goes over here. I've got you, Rossi. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay, you're starred. Oh, goodness. I'm sorry to hear that, Bora Bora. I'm going to just throw a general on you, hoping things look better. True, Carl. I have no idea how he could possibly. I mean, even cheating, all the cheating in the world, really, at this point, I don't think can get him, can get him in there. As long as we all vote, we all have to vote. And I'm serious about voting. I mean, even if you look in my bags of trinkets, there's my old voter registration. I always vote. You always need to vote. Yeah, Carl, if he lives that long. Yep. I know there's one of his biggest lies that everybody believes is that he doesn't drink. I dare you to find me a photo of him where he's standing at a table and the plate in front of him, there's always a glass of wine, a beer, but a drink glass, an alcoholic drink glass right in front of his where he's standing. Always. And it's always some drink has been drunk out of it. You can tell. Just find me one photo of him standing in front of a table without a glass in front of him. The man does drink, and he does lie, and everything that comes out of his mouth pretty much is a lie. And that's when he really, really pushes all the time, 100% of the time. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Absolutely, Pamela. Especially here in Texas, I vote early, and my whole family votes early for one good reason. You can get in there and out fast, and they can't pick you out as a Democrat versus Republican because what they do is they look for the one that's a bit different from the rest of the crowd, and they kind of send you off on a fool's errand to keep you from voting. So it's much easier. Oh God, Bora, that's rough. That's real rough. You can call social services, and I believe there is a elder abuse hotline. Let me look real quick. I think even in the 1850s here in Mesquite, we still have social services for elder abuse. Yeah, it says Elder Abuse Texas, and it can be physical, sexual neglect, exploitation, abandonment, self neglect. You can report them and you can go to the elder abuse hotline. If we have one here, we have one everywhere else. Okay? So you do have resources. Don't forget your resources. Look for your earth angels, people that are there to look out for other people. People do help. Yeah, Teresa, that's one of the best advantages of voting early. Yep. Hi, T. Lynn. I'm glad you're here. Put your question in if you want me to answer one. Honey, I'd be real surprised if something big doesn't happen in September, October, and November. Really. Absolutely. That is true. So you got to find enjoyment in what's here and what you're here and what you're now. You got to find some kind of joy. Like, you know, despite the fact that I just swiffered all the cat hair off of here, an hour before showtime, Kitty Cat was up here taking a nap. So y'all are going to have to deal with the cat hair on there today. Yes, Rossi. That's what I was saying. If there's one in Texas, there's one everywhere else. Yep. For fire cider, I would Google that, find one that you like, and then tweak it to where it's just right for you. Yes, October surprise every year. Yeah, there is. Bora Bora still call social services. Still call social services. They will have somebody that will help you. Well, Carl, you know something about cats? They do what they want when they want. But I'll be honest with you, they are nowhere near as bad a problem as raccoons. If you want to come up here to my house, I've got four of them, fat ones that like to live in my attic. You can come get them and you can try them out for a little while, and then you will love that cat making noises on your roof. And Rossi wants to know what's fire cider. Well, if I were going to make fire cider, I would first make homemade apple cider, add some white lightning or maybe rum, a white rum, and add some cinnamon, nutmeg, things like that to it. Yes, you may come and you can have all of them, every single one of them. But here's what they don't tell you: they look all cute and fuzzy and they can love you to death, and they will also tear your house completely down. I'm not kidding you. They will tear your entire house apart. And it's just them being them. That's who they are. That's what they do. They eat, they're cute, and they tear your house apart. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fire cider is a pungent concoction that is made of apple cider vinegar, onions, garlic, and horseradish, sometimes with citrus, ginger, and hot peppers. Oh, I like that, Jane. I'm real big on horseradish. Kid you not. Yes, it is cider season. And you know what? No matter what time of year, you cannot get any apple cider down here. Uh-uh. Gotcha. Bora Bora turnabout is fair play. I would think about getting a bunch of neighbors together and making a little down payment on a lawyer yourself, get a retainer put together. If everybody throws in $100, you can retain a decent lawyer and do the exact same thing. I've been a landlord. Yes, it works. It makes them work with you. But I've never had anybody come after me like that. I've seen other people, other landlords get hit with that. Yeah. Oh, Pamela, you don't know how lucky you are. Good one, T. Lynn. With the elder abuse hotline, reporters are anonymous. They show up unannounced, and if possible, I would sit with the elder person during the visit if they have cognitive issues. Yes. And that also plays into the landlord tenant disputes. If there's anything to do with repairs or maintenance, they will get involved. If it's serious enough that it's hurting people's health, yeah, they'll get involved. Yeah, I've known landlords who had to really shell out some bucks because they couldn't even be bothered to do little repairs when they were necessary. I didn't believe in that. I kept everything up. I did not want to do it all at the end of the lease, you know, because then you have a big chunk of change you have to shell out. A lot of landlords don't think about that big chunk of change. I always save that big chunk of change by putting out the little chunks of change one at a time. Had a contractor with for appliances as if they needed a refrigerator, a stove, boom, it was in there. Dishwashers, the whole 9 yards. I did not wait around on that stuff because I didn't want to do it all at once. Jane says, thank goodness I have lots of witnesses on how well I treat my 90-year-old mama at her house for a couple of months. Yeah. I like this. Jane, it sounds so good, needs more cayenne pepper. Oh, criminal activity is one that they're getting really, I mean, nationwide, they're getting to where they're cracking down on landlords just allowing things to go on like that without doing anything because you as a landlord you can work with the police and make sure that they do drive-throughs at night and keep things safe. I've even had to evict tenants for being that criminal person. So I don't shy away from that stuff. I always had them out in a minute. There's no shying away from it. There are a lot of tenant advocacy services. Yes, advocacy services for contact, and it's serious health risk related. Yes, it can be reported to the health department too. You're right. Jane, you're a lot like me, throwing as much as you want to, Pamela. When have you ever followed a recipe exactly? Never. I've never seen that one, Pamela, but I would imagine it can be pretty bad. And I agree with you, Carl. Bless you, Jane, for treating your mom well. You'll have a long life too. Yep. Okay, well, I'm going to start reading because we've got some questions here that I need to get to. I love the chat. I could sit here all day and do that. I'm going to do your readings for you. Just remember, Friday at 8 o'clock, we're going to have a show on. It'll be on Sherry's channel. She's going to host for me. Oh, I was. I was the one that all the other landlords didn't like, Ellen. You forgot about your question? Yeah, I don't have one in for here. One starred for you, Carl. Did you put one in yet? Yeah, I was the landlord that all the other landlords didn't like because I was always full. I had a list of prospective tenants. They would put in a request and I would keep the list and go one by one. And as soon as I got an empty apartment, I put somebody in it. And guess what that does? That means you make money. You don't have an apartment sitting there not collecting rent. You see all of these apartments sitting empty because of the rents going up. Those landlords are losing money hand over fist. It won't be a whole lot longer before the rents start coming down. You're welcome, Bora Bora. Okay, let's see, Ellen. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of questions. Here I go. Let me put a question up. Yeah, there's your question. What will the rest of 2024 be like? Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. That's easy. The rest of 2024. Okay, you're going to shed tears. There'll be a dark older man there, and it's about a surgery. I would imagine it's his because it came up after him, but that's the immediate energy is that he's going to need surgery. You got it, Bora Bora. Okay, where am I? 2023. There we go. Okay. If I start reading the chat, then I forget where I'm at counting. So y'all chat away for a minute and I'll catch up with you. Okay, here's a kiss and a love affair. Wow, Ellen, you're getting around. You're going to lie about it to somebody, but you're going to get your wish. And there'll be discussion of children around it. So I don't know what children have to do with it, whether you're going to have a child or, well, I can say no, you're not going to have a child because there aren't three queens. But it's children already around. You're going to discuss it in relation to this situation. And you're going to tell your little white lie about it. And then we have around the children, there's a dark boy amongst those. You're going to be successful. There's also a dark girl. So there's a boy and a girl from the same family because they're both clubs. And then there's this dark man over 50. He's involved in this situation with the kids. And I'm going to guess that these kids are a little bit older. I don't know why, but it makes me feel like they're older. They're not toddlers running around. And then this dark older man, your car is going to be in question when he's around. There's something's going to happen with your car. It's a minor accident. A fair married woman is going to be involved. It looks like just a fender bender because I don't see the hospital. Here's the card with the surgery that was already discussed. He's involved in the surgery. That may be what causes the fender bender. Having, having your discussions, important discussions in the car is generally not a good idea if they're, very emotional. So I would steer away from that conversation while in the car. But it's only going to be a minor fender bender. Okay, the accident is coming up quick, and the fair married woman and the older man, they're involved. They're going to be there. That's coming up real quick. But you're going to get your wish and be successful around that. And you're also going to have an affair. You're going to get your wish about that too, about an affair, and you're going to be successful there too. So what these two have in common, I'm not sure. But the affair may be with one of these people. I don't know. I'm just taking a guess there, a shot in the dark, and that these two people are right here. And there's your affair card. Okay. Then there's your children. There's the dark boy, the dark girl. Okay, Angela. Yeah, you're going to be discussing the surgery with these children. So I imagine his surgery, you're going to have a discussion with them about it. You're going to tell a lie. It looks like a little white lie, a very little white lie. And because there's a kiss coming from the kids for you about that. Maybe you're going to paint a prettier picture than there really is, but it's not that much of a prettier picture. Just smoothing the edges of it is what it sounds like. And that's the rest of 2024. That's all the highlights. Not too bad, actually. Yeah, T. Lynn, I heard about that, and I think they should do it. The rent gouging is stupid. I used to keep my rents $25 a month below market. And you know why? Because I kept my tenants. I had tenants for 12 and 15 years. When you have low turnover, you have better tenants and they stay. You know, you keep the rent just a little below market so that yours looks better than everybody else's. And the quality of tenants you attract, yes. Exactly, T. Lynn. Doing the right thing always makes a world of difference. The love story is definitely something you're looking forward to. Good. I'm glad. Well, that's good. I'm glad, T. Lynn. It'll have to bring down rents because you know what they have to pay? Here they have these apartments. They have condo fees, taxes, utilities, maintenance. You have licensing and legal fees that are involved every year. You have to refile all these different forms with the government. So you've got to pay all that on top of your mortgage. All those other things go along on top of your mortgage. And if you're sitting there collecting no money for it, guess what happens? That's the foreclosure. That's when they start foreclosing on those apartments. And that's when I swooped in and bought a bunch of them back in the late 90s. Okay, now I'm going to go on to Jane's question. If Trump should win, will JD and the alt-right 25th Amendment Trump? He's not going to make it, Jane. I'm just going to ask that again. Is Trump going to make it till the election day? Because he's not. And they're already talking about the fact that JD, say that Trump gets elected, JD will end up being the president anyway. Because Trump is not up to it. The last couple of speeches he gave, he thought he was running against Biden. Yep. Ooh, what have we got popping out? Oh, you got a pleasant surprise coming really quick. That just hopped out of the deck. Okay. Will Trump win the election? Yeah, the only way JD Vance could get in is if Trump is elected. Will Trump win the election? Okay, a fair man is going to be drinking, taking drugs, and his car is in question. Okay, I saw that, Carl. Got you starred. Well, the answer is no. He's going to be jealous, and there's going to be a lot of fighting about it. Things are going to be found out. And the fair boy is going to be happy about it. I would say that would probably be Barron is going to be happy. But he'd know he's not getting in because he's going to be fighting mad. Absolutely fighting mad. He's also going to be extremely jealous. That's going to bring out the worst in him. But he ain't going to win. Not even with all his cheating, he's not going to be able to win. Okay. When Arizona filed against them, AG said RealPage ran a 70% of the rentals in Tucson. Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're trying to eliminate ownership by individuals. They don't want individuals to be able to own property. They're trying to buy it all up. Yeah, that's going to be a big lawsuit. They're also going to be hit with trying to form a monopoly. That's exactly what they're doing. Yep, T-Lynn, you're right on money. Yep. Well, you're welcome, Jane. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, Pamela, MAGA's more of a threat than Trump, but they're also a whole lot smaller. Their capacity to do anything is a whole lot smaller. And all of their leadership is in prison right now. Let's see. It has been 95 in my apartment for the past 3 summers. Grateful that it's cooler now. I can relate, Jane Seeker. Yeah, you need to call somebody about that. Yeah, you absolutely have to call somebody about that because that's not right. That's abuse. Nope, don't deal with that mess. Yeah, you're right, Rossi. Zillow is going to be one of the ones to go down. Okay, come on, come. There we go. Okay. Did Ellen now? Got Bora Bora. Okay, purse would be appreciated. Yes, you are going to get plenty of purse. Absolutely. Okay. I'm just going to ask in general, are things going to let up in your situation? Let me get the 2 out again. Okay, are things going to let up in her situation soon? Are things going to let up in Bora Bora's situation soon? Are things going to let up in Bora Bora's situation soon? Okay, you're going to be going out of town. There's a married woman. You're going to give a gift to a married woman, a medium collected married woman. I'm going to trip out of town. Oh, that they don't come with air conditioning? Oh, wow, that's rough. Have you seen the price of air conditioners? It's ridiculous. No, it's not going to let up soon. So you need to get a lawyer. You really do. Yeah, I kind of took it that way. Did residents have to buy their own air conditioners? Yeah. Wow. That better be a lot cheaper rent than everywhere else without any air conditioners. If it's not, you need to move. But the answer is no, it's not going to let up real soon. So you're going to have to work at this one. Yeah. Good. I'm glad you are. You got to have one. Yep. It's just getting way too hot these days. Okay, next we have Rossi, a general for September. Okay. General for Rossi for September. Okay. You're going to be in company. There's going to be drinking going on, and there's going to be a fair married woman there. Yeah, Rossi, when I used to be living like that in a place with no air conditioner, I was pretty lucky. There was a little dive bar across the street, At nights when it was so hot I couldn't sleep, I would go over there and nurse a beer for a couple hours so I didn't have to be in the heat. They were open nice and late, so I could just sit there, buy one beer, and enjoy the air conditioning and watch the TV. There we go. Okay. First, we have here there's the marriage card and a love affair. So there's a love affair, and the marriage question has come up. And that's going to be discussed in company. So there's going to be a young man in his 20s, 30ish, dark complected there at the time. And the question involves money. So I would imagine it's a do we have the money to get married or to have a wedding? That may be the question at hand. There's money that you're going to find out about some money from a hospital, and having money find out hospital, what you need to do is go out on the internet, Google unclaimed money or unclaimed assets, and see if you don't have anything hiding around out there. I got $800 back from a hospital that got audited. I'd already paid it, and they had to give me the money back plus interest. You're going to be jealous. So I'd say this is probably money for someone else. But so tell all of your friends, relatives to look, Google for unclaimed assets. And somebody's going to want to fight about it because apparently they may have paid the bill and the money is marked as someone else's. And it would be if they paid someone else's hospital bill. Then we got someone wanting to fight with a widow. So this person getting the money is probably a widow. She's going to get news about it. It involved an accident. There you go. With a fair married woman, it was proceeds from an accident that she should have gotten. So tell your group, your little tribe there to check the unclaimed assets for your state and for states you've lived in before. Because I've lived everywhere. I've lived from California to Maine, all the way down around. So check all of your states. Don't forget any. No matter how old, you still may have money there. Okay, the money for the accident is coming up quick. The money's coming. The money's right here. It's before the accident, so it's money from the accident. And you're going to get news of that, and somebody's going to be fighting mad about it. You're going to find out about a love affair. Yeah, this is company. You're going to be in company when you find out about a love affair. And then you're going to be jealous. So I'd say that's someone pretty close to you that's having a love affair. Then there's there's the hospital. You're going to be jealous. Someone getting money from a hospital. That's going to be the dark young man. And these two women are the ones who are talking about the wedding, the marriage. It's a widow and a fair married woman. We're going to be arguing over a marriage. So there's what you've got for September. You're going to be busy. You got a lot of people talking in you, at you, and around you. Yes, I agree with you, T. Lynn on HUD should intervene. Okay, and next we have Carl. Okay. Will my friend admit to her lying, or will she come through with her promise this month to bring items we agreed to last year? Ew. Let's see if I can find my two here. And I'm going to tell you what I would tell my best friend about something like that, just by the way the question is posed. No, she won't admit her lying. Will she come through with her promises? Don't count on it, and you will be happy if she does. But I'm going to ask the cards anyway. Okay. Will Emma continue lying? Will Emma continue lying to Carl? Will Emma continue lying to Carl? And that's the position I would assume myself, Carl. You're going to a party. Someone's going to be jealous, and you're going to be worried about something at the party. She said she'll call 5 days before they travel from the south. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, now I'm asking, is she going to bring the items promised? That's a definite yes. There's a relative here, so I'm guessing that they're attached to a relative, whatever the items are. Emma herself is going to have a legal problem, a little legal problem, but you have good luck coming from her. From whatever you have good luck from whatever's coming from her, whatever you get from her, it's going to be basically just dumb luck. You're going to get it. And it has to do with a relative. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, she never answers your call. Wow. Something's going to be delivered good. Yeah, I'm right with you, Bora Bora. It has the last couple of days have been cooler. It hasn't been over 100, so I'm happy down here that it's not over 100. We're going to have about a week of that, so we get to cool off for a week. Oh, Rossi, I got you there. September is the beginning of our family birthday season. Mine too. Most birthdays are in the last 3 months of the year. Yeah, that's the way my family is. There's a lot of us. When I was younger, there was four of us. All had a September 11th birthday. Me, my twin sister, and two of our cousins. We all were born on September 11th. Yeah, you need to hang hard on that patience, Carl. And you've been asked to hang on patience for a while, so I understand it's getting hard to be patient. Yep, that is wonderful that you did that for your mom, Jane. Yeah, it is. That's very nice. Very good. Yep. One year and 7 months. Oh, I don't know if I'd have that kind of patience. Yeah, I grew up in the big city, so patience isn't my long suit. It's kind of like do it now or else. And you don't want to know what or else is. Yeah, I know that, Carl. Yep, I know. But we have made it to our hour. I was going to ask for more questions, but I can admit I'm getting a little tired. I've been running around this house with the painters, getting keys and giving keys to the painters and getting keys back and all of that stuff running around the house. So it's quite a trek. Yep. So I'm going to call it a day here. I will see you on Monday at 2:30 with Diana for Oracle Garden readings. And then that'll be my birthday show on Friday, the 13th, on Sherry's channel, Sherry Voices of the Swamp. And we're just going to have a good time, and we're going to do some nut magic or some vision boards. I like the nut magic because it takes a lot less room up, a lot less space. So I'll see you on Monday and then again on Friday. Friday's going to be a good show. I'm going to show you what to do with all your trinkets. Like, share, and subscribe for entertainment purposes only. I know I'm supposed to say that stuff. I always forget. Thank you, Jane. I guess I'll be seeing you on Friday probably. You have a good week, and I'll see y'all later. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Bye bye.